July day, that's when the land you're standing on became the US of A. United we will stand, but divided we fall. One nation under God says it all. Men are created equal, words written in by hand. They all stand to fight when a cry for freedom rings. Freedom isn't free, it comes with a cost. One nation under God says it all. One nation under God says it all. This old world's changing, it's changing every day for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Stand up, everybody, stand proud and tall. One nation under God says it all.
Good evening and welcome to IITW Radio. One Nation Under God Says It All is absolutely right. That's music by Calvin O. If you guys don't have this single, go online and purchase the thing. It's only a couple bucks or a few bucks, and that is a great song. I wouldn't be surprised if it's played at a bunch of the things coming up here. I would hope Trump would get it and play it. But stinking thing is binding up on me. Bear with me here for a second, guys. Okay, tonight Greg Williams did not call me back. He did not show up, so I don't know what happened to him. He is MIA. By the way, roll tide for you guys that are calling in and saying, why don't you wear a Gators cap? Nope, got to stay true to my colors. I like the Gators. I like all the teams, actually. Not quite an LSU fan, but this is not about football tonight. Although they did win. What was the final score?
I can't remember, 62-7 or 64-7. I think it was 64-7.
The last three games, well, the first three games, the last three games here, they've been over.
Well, they were 54-14, and then they were, I think, 57-7, and then I think it was 64-7.
Yeah, they are kicking some butt. Anyways, if you want us to put your team highlights on here, if you're a high school football team and you have highlights, send them in. Unfortunately, I'm doing a show on Friday night, so I can't get out and cover these things.
Email them to contacttheputnamway@gmail.com. That's contacttheputnamway@gmail.com. Email those pictures in, guys. Let us know who you want us to put up.
Yeah, tonight is problems in American democracy, and man, is there a bunch of them. You got the whole Kavanaugh thing going on, and this guy is for the Supreme Court. The guy has an impeccable record, has like 60 women coming out in favor of him, in favor of, you know, him being a great guy and all this. And then you have Miss Ford. Now she's claiming that Beck Kavanaugh, not that he raped her, but he forced himself on her. You know, back in the day, she was a good-looking gal, I guess. Now, the pictures I've seen of her, she wears these, she's in these Me Too movements and all this crap. Wearing a sign that says, Trump is not my president, never will be, blah, 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 blah. You know, Miss Ford, you're an idiot. Why do you wait 40-something years or 30-something years? Now you're going to come out right before he's confirmed for the Senate and say this. And the other thing is, why did they wait? Why did Congress have all the Democrats sitting up there and all the Republicans, yet Dianne Feinstein, or Frankenstein as I call her, sits on this crap since July, and doesn't say one word. Not during his confirmation hearings, not during any of this. Doesn't say one stinking word about any of this. Now, let's turn it over to the FBI. Let's get Brett Kavanaugh thrown out. Who the heck are you guys going to put in? The guy is, you're worried about abortion in this. Let me say something, and I've said it a bunch of times. There shouldn't be any abortions. Maybe in rape cases or, you know, some incested cases, or if the baby's not going to have a quality of life. But you don't need abortions when you have a condom, when you have birth control, All that stuff you can get from the health department. You can go to any of the walk-in clinics. They will give you a handful of condoms. It's called responsibility. Don't rely on my tax dollars to pay for you being an idiot. You know, you don't want to get pregnant? Don't have sex or use a condom. Make the guy wrap the thing. But don't come back later saying, oh, I got pregnant. I don't know how it happened. I can tell you how it happened. You didn't frickin' protect yourself. There's plenty of stuff to do that. But anyways, Diane Feinstein, you got 60 women that have come out, over 60, praising Kavanaugh. Even Susan Rice was sitting there talking about what a great guy he is and all this. But then you guys are going to turn around and a week before his confirmation hearings, and Brett Kavanaugh, he's willing to come in. But now you got Ford, Mrs. Ford, who doesn't even return calls, and you got Diane Frankenstein again tonight on the news saying, well, nobody's contacted her, nobody's contacted her attorney, nobody's tried to get in touch with her. Bull crap. You got the Senate congressional members that are saying we've sent numerous emails to her attorney, to Dr. Ford. We've sent her emails, we've made multiple calls, she hasn't called back. If you're going to accuse somebody, at least have the intestinal fortitude to show up or to call back. You know, it's a book deal for you. You hate Trump. We get that. You don't want anything that he's going to do, and which I don't understand it. All you people that are out there bashing this man, and I've got my problems with Trump. Like I said a million times, I'm not a left. I'm not a right. I'm an independent. I'm right there in the middle. I will bash both sides if they're not taking up for we the people. That's me. That's you. And which is a bunch of crap. Anyways, I don't understand. And I've got a daughter-in-law that's the same way. She's all about Obama this, Obama that. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about Obama and what a great job he did. This past week he was talking about...
I'm about facts.
Yeah, the facts are what it's at.
I don't care who it is. It's facts to me.
You know, Obama's sitting there saying, Trump is riding off of what I did. Bull crap. Right before, when Trump was in office, Obama's been on stage several times. He said, what he's doing, he'll never be able to bring back industry jobs. He'll never get this straightened out. It'll never come back, blah, 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 blah. The thing is they are coming back. Since Trump has gotten in office, today that I saw the average household for Hispanics now, the average household income now has gone to $52,000 plus a year. The highest it's ever been in the history of this country. Black household income up higher than it's ever been. Black unemployment, lowest it's ever been. Hispanic lowest unemployment, lowest it's ever been. Yeah, you guys are out there saying he's a racist this, he's a racist that. Oh, he doesn't like women. Yet he has more women working in office than mainly any of the other presidents. Our GDP right now is higher than it's ever been. It'll never go over 1.1%, like Obama said. And here we are sitting at close to 4%. You know, you guys need to lay off of his ass.
Well, I look at it this way. I don't care who you like. Business is business.
Well, that's the whole thing. People don't understand. Our country is a business. Okay, if you have a business, let's say it's making cakes or pies, or you're selling shoes or cars or whatever it is. If I hire you to come in and to run my business, okay, I expect you to make a profit. I don't expect to be in a hole. That's the reason people go to elections. That's the reason that there's a Congress and a Senate and a House of Representatives and all the judicial branches. We hire these people to represent our business. Okay? Chris and I were having a conversation about this before. The people own the government. No, we're not the government, but we own the government. They work for us. It is our corporation and our business. We are the people who own that business. So the government's our corporation. Now, you're going to hire somebody to come in and run it. And just like if I hire somebody to come in and run this studio, I expect them to make a profit for me. Okay? When I come to them at the end of a year or two, let's say it's 2 years, and I look at the P&L sheets, when you don't know what the P&L sheets are, profit and loss sheets. But I come in and I say, okay, where are we setting here? Oh, well, you know, we had some expenditures that we had to put out. We had to buy new monitors for your studio. We had to get new mics and new condoms for the mics. By the way, this is a condom for you people that don't know what a condom is. It's a spit catcher. I change these out frequently. By the way, especially when kids come into the studio and pick them off.
Yeah, it's nasty.
But I hire this person and I say, okay, now, where am I sitting with my P&L sheet? Well, we've taken quite a bite because we got new cameras, we got new this, we got new that. Okay, I understand that. All right, so when are we going to start pulling a profit? Oh, it'll be soon. So next thing, another year goes by. Let's say I go to the grocery store. I want to get some groceries for myself. Okay? All of a sudden they come up and I go to write a check. Well, there's no money in your account. Okay, well, I was writing out of my personal account. I don't know why my business check hasn't been put into my personal account yet. But let me go ahead and write one out of the business account. Bank, sir, you just need to give us a rubber ball because that one bounced just as good. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me use one of my credit cards. Put the credit card in. Oh, your limit's shot. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my business. Now I'm going to ask my CEO or the president of my company, what the hell is going on, man? Whether it's a man or a woman. What is going on? There's no money in my account. What's going on? Well, you know, we had this come up and we had that come up, and then some people came in and they didn't pay their bills and blah, 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 blah. I don't give a crap. The bottom line is, where the hell is my money at? So, oh, well, I'm not going to keep giving this person chances and chances and chances. Well, look, what we need to do is we need to take out another credit card and let's get this other stuff caught up, and then we'll go from there. We'll start pulling a profit. I promise you we're going to do this. So then we pull more credit cards. I get to the store again. Pretty soon I can't get anything on credit, on my bank account, or anything.
That sounds to me like you need to see what they're doing. Check into it.
So I come in and I've got my CEO, I've got my vice presidents, I've got my president of the corporation, I've got all these people that are working for me, and yet none of them can tell me what the hell is going on. You got the left people over here, you got the right people over here, you got these guys in the center. Nobody can tell me what the hell is going on. Now all of a sudden, my company should be bankrupt. It's done. I am finished. I have nothing I can buy, nothing I can purchase. I'm homeless. I'm living in the woods. No, not with the government. They don't know how to keep a freaking budget. If you or I don't pay our electric bill, guess what? These lights aren't on in the studio. The lights aren't on in my house. My kids are starving to death. Just like your kids are. So what's the end solution? Oh, well, we're going to just print more money. No, why are you doing that? My business can't print more money. Yet the government keeps doing that over and over and over again. So we decide to sell stocks in the company. Okay, we're going to sell these stocks in IITW radio. Now, I'm selling these stocks. These people are supposed to be getting their money. And I'm going to equate that to Social Security. Because I just had somebody tell me the other day, a young person, well, you're old. You shouldn't be getting Social Security. Well, let me tell you, young millennials, something right now. The Social Security was basically a minor savings account for us old farts. So that when we got old, we had something to supplement our income or our retirement funds. So every week, just like with you guys, they take out Social Security, they take out Social Security, they take out Social Security. There's FICA and all the other things. But they take out the Social Security. It's supposed to be put in an account. Now, that money should not be touched. That interest rate should grow and help me get money so that later on, my Social Security, I put in $100,000. My interest rate over a 50-year period of time should be growing. So it should give me money until I'm 75 or dead.
Sounds like a good idea.
No, not when the government has now bankrupted the Social Security because they've taken crap. They've taken my money now and my friend's money, and they've said, well, we've used it on other things. We've used it on NAFTA. We've used it to help people over in Syria. We've used it to help this people, this people. Bull crap. I didn't give nobody permission to take my damn money and use it anywhere. Now, if somebody come in and took, if you had a savings account, and I come in and I said, I'm going to manage your savings account for you, You're going to give me money every month. Okay, every week. Every week when you get paid, you're going to give me 5 or 6 or 10% of your check. I'm going to put this in a savings account so that when you get older, the interest is going to help you out. Now, if I'm in business and I come in there and I say, well, you know what? Right now, he's not 65. He doesn't need a savings account. He doesn't need this money. And I take that money and I spend it on something. What are you going to do? You're going to call the cops on me, and my ass is going to be thrown in jail.
You spend my money where I don't want you to. I mean, I'm going to start checking. It's like my banking book. If I spend my money, I start writing down where it's at so I can go back and see where my money's at. So, yeah.
Yeah, but what happens if I tell you to piss off? I didn't give you permission to use my money.
You and me going to talk. I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to say, hey, listen, my money wasn't used where I wanted to. What's that called?
Embezzlement of funds.
Yeah, embezzlement. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word I was looking for. Yeah, you're embezzling my money.
But you're going to come and you're going to call the police office. You're going to call the sheriff's office.
Yeah, and I'm going to have things checked. I want to have, an audit done on where everything went. And if you didn't do what you were supposed to, I'm going to fire your butt.
Yeah, well, it's not just firing. Pretty soon, here's R.J. LaRusso breathing down my neck, and they're putting me in.
Yeah, you're going to be in jail.
Nice set of shiny new wrist cuffs and hang me out at the Gray Bar Motel for a few years. But yet the government has done that. Now, I can't collect my Social Security when I'm 65. Now it has to go to 68. You young people think that's all right. That is another part of socialism that you are not going to like because you're paying in right now. Guess what? They've already told me that now I can't collect when I'm 60, which is originally what it was. I got to wait to 65. Now it's 68.
Didn't it used to be like before that? Wasn't it like early 60s? So they keep raising it, don't they?
Yeah.
We can't compensate.
So what happens when you get to my age? All the money that you've been paying in, tell me you're going to be okay. Now, honestly, I want you to think about this. Tell me that you're going to be okay with somebody taking your freaking money, giving it to somebody else, and then leaving your ass broke. Now, when you get to my age, you're going to have medical conditions. Hell, I have heart conditions, kidneys, blah, 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 blah,
but they live forever at that age.
But tell me that when you're my age and you're living on dog food or cat food, because you don't have enough money to pay for your medical stuff. And even when you paid in on Medicaid, and now all these other people that are coming into our country are getting portions of your money so that you don't have any Medicaid, you don't have any Social Security, you don't have squat. Tell me you're going to be okay with it. Right now it's fine because you're young and you're dumb.
Oh, I heard somebody complain about having gas money the other day. I mean, wait till they start getting everything else taken away from them.
Yeah, like I said last night on the show. Once they take away our freedom of speech, guess what? Yours is gone too. Once you get socialism in, it ain't just my money. They don't just take from the rich to pay the poor or help the poor out. At some point, all that money runs out. There's only so many pennies in a dollar. When you got all my pennies, you're going to go after somebody else's and somebody else's and somebody else's. And pretty soon, just like in Switzerland and Venezuela and everywhere else, your ass is going to be broke. You ain't going to have no say-so in it. Because now you're living in a communist socialist government. It does not work. It's called a pyramid scheme.
And you let it happen.
Doesn't work. What time are we at? Oh, I thought we were at commercial, but we're not. Okay. So, with that being said, which is never enough, but you guys need to think about what's going on in these problems. And now you got Brett Kavanaugh, this poor bastard, is getting raked over the coals. And who? I'm not saying that Ford wasn't, that she's lying. To me, it looks like it because now the guy that she said was there with her is calling foul. Oh, I wasn't there. I don't even know what party you're even talking about. It never happened. It wasn't me. Then he says, well, maybe it could have been somebody else. She was emphatic that it was this guy. Now he's calling foul. Now she's nowhere to be found. Brett Kavanaugh is in there. Yep, I'm ready to go. An innocent person will be ready to go to court. We'll be ready to go in front of a jury. We'll be ready to go take a polygraph test. Now, they said Ford took a polygraph test. For one, anybody can beat a polygraph test. You take a Valium, go in, guess what? You passed it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Lie about everything.
Anybody who wants to pass one, they're going to know how to pass. So.
Lie about everything, and then it comes out. There's been a lot of criminals that lied on polygraph tests and gotten away with it.
Oh, yeah. The truth will eventually come out, though. It will haunt you.
But you know what? I'm so sick and tired of you people that saying, Obama this, Obama that. You know what? Let me tell you something. I think the guy had good intentions.
He
And
could have been an amazing president. I was kind of disappointed.
I was disappointed with the whole race thing that got started. Here's a half black, a half white president. Okay, how many of you guys ever heard him relate to him being white? I mean, he's half black and half white. The mama's white, his daddy's black.
He made it race. If he was going to make it race, he should have made it, equal.
How many? He's always I'm a African American. First, it's not African American.
You can be American African, but you're American.
There's no African continent setting here. There's no African property setting here. You're a black American. Mm-hmm. I'm an American Indian. You're a black American. You're Chinese American. You're not Chinese. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm the American other.
Yeah, I'm a mutt. I'm part white, part black. I'm sure I've got.
I'm the one that's going to check other.
Indian, I know, or part Indian. I'm sure I've got some black in my history. We all came.
They don't put Heinz 57, so I got to go with other.
Well, if you believe in the Bible, we all came from Adam and Eve. So what the hell difference does it make? As Hillary Clinton says, oh, and there's another freaking nut job. I'll get on to her ass here in a little bit. But she's, oh my God, she's just too much. Anyways, I never heard Obama say or relate to the white community. Here's a president could have brought both sides together. You got white over here, you got black over here. You can say, look, guys, I'm half black, I'm half white. I relate to both sides. Let's bring it together. Let's hold those hands. We're one country under God, one nation under God, one people, indivisible, but you can't tear it apart. We're liberty and justice for all. Not just one or two. Mm-hmm. And the thing that cracks me up about him is, he's going into this whole slavery crap. You know what? For all you people that are so wound up and uptight and got your panties or drawers all in a knot to where your hind end's binding up and touching your forehead, look, I didn't have anything to do with slavery. Did you have anything to do with slavery? If you didn't, shut the hell up. You can't sit there and bitch about something and call me a honky or a racist when I had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with frickin' slavery. And you should be glad that your forefathers, your black forefathers, your Chinese forefathers, because not just the blacks were slaves. You had Italians, you had blacks, you had Chinese, and Indians. My people were dragged across the Trail of Tears, beaten, tortured. The cavalry went after them. Blah, 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 blah. I'm glad that my ancestors, I wish they hadn't have gone through it, but I'm glad that they went through what they did. I'm glad this country went through what it did, because with that, it made everyone stronger, or it should have. But then you got Obama coming in. The only reason I'm harping on this guy tonight is because I'm sick of seeing him on TV. I'm sick of seeing his dumb ass. I can't tell you anything that he did actually any good for the country. He caused separation in the blacks, the whites, the Chinese, everybody. Oh, I'm Islamic. Oh, the country, blah, blah, blah. He's kissing an African or Saudi Arabian prince's hand. Kiss my ass. I'm not bowing down to nobody. You got cash for clunkers. Total disaster. Millions and millions of dollars. I have a friend, Bob, that's I talk about him all the time. He owns Bob's Eastside Collision and Towing. One of my best friends. He has an automotive business. You bring your car in, it's wrecked. You can't afford to get brand new parts. You don't have great insurance. You have PIP. Used to be he could go to the junkyards and he could get parts for these vehicles at a cheap price. They're still good parts. Maybe a car got rear-ended. The alternator's still good. Instead of you paying $200 or $300 for one, he could go and get one for $20. Now, when Obama came in with the cash for clunkers, he made it so that all the other cars were flattened, destroyed. It shut down and messed up the used auto parts industry so bad that it still hasn't recovered. Oh, get rid of the old stuff, bring in all this new stuff, blah, 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 blah. There was a thing called green technologies that I invested in. Obama said, we're going to back it. We're going to do it. It's going to be a battery company. He swore by it. I invested money and lost my ass. So don't tell me how great that was. But anyways, now Bob has a problem finding parts. Okay, so that costs millions of dollars. Okay, you've got all the stuff, Iranian, you've got uranium 1, not uranium. Uranium 1, you've got all this other crap going on that all went under this. You've got all this Russian collusion stuff now that points to the Obama administration. What time we got? 4 minutes for commercial? Cool. So don't tell me how great he is. And right after we do these commercials, then what's going to happen is I'm going to jump on his butt. Okay. Let's go ahead and put Bob's up there. We're going to go ahead and pop into commercials here because I don't want to get into anything else real quick. The East Side Collision and Towing. Bob offers towing. He's not doing 24 hours. Now he's doing 12. You know what? Can we get him on the radio here after we do these commercials? Okay. He's got towing, custom paint, collision work, mechanic work. He's trying not to do a whole lot of mechanical stuff, but the guy is just phenomenal on paint jobs. So we got that, Chris, we got the picture up, the pictures of this golf cart that he did. I'm going to get him on here to talk about this thing. This is a golf cart that he just painted. I think it's a 47, 57, something like that. Golf cart that was ready to be trashed. And he's bringing this thing back to life. Okay, go ahead and take him down. We're going to get him on the phone here in a second.
Where can people check us out?
Huh?
Where can people check us out? We're fixing to cut the live feed.
Oh, where can people check us out? They can check us out on Facebook. You can go to IITW Radio on Facebook. You can go to IITW Radio on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button on all these pages. And if you want notifications from YouTube, go there, and the little bell is what, to the right?
To the right of the subscribe button.
The right of the subscribe button. If you click on that bell, it'll tell you. And then when we have storms and stuff, or there's tornado watches, my butt will be flying over to the studio, and you hear that little bell bang, something's going on. If it's not between the hours of 7:30 and 9, you might want to listen to it. And also you can check us out on IITWradio.com. You can go there. There's all kinds of giveaways, all kinds of stuff on there. Benio's Pump and Well Drilling. Benio offers pump repair, well restoration, pump replacement, well abandonment. Not drilling in any wells in Putnam County, but he is in Volusia. If you got a well that needs to be capped off, or a pump that needs to be replaced, or pump repair, give him a call. He's at 386-334-1593, and he does 24-hour emergency service. You might want to call him on Putnam County, because I don't know if he's doing 24 here or if he's just doing 12-hour emergency service here. But I'm sure if you gave him a call, he would come up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put up Tom's AC and heat. Mr. Tom is a kick butt dude. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. You guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you get him out to talk to him, make sure you get a stepping stool. This guy's like a giant. He's got to be 7'12".
Yeah, he's pretty good.
As Cleta says, 7'12", not 13, 7'12" inches.
Yeah, I remember you said you had to stand on the curb to get his picture.
Oh yeah, I had to stand on the curb just to take the picture of that, and I was about ready to stand up on the Indian Hawthorne plants just to get it level. I actually had to hold my camera up above my head to take the picture level with him.
That's funny.
But the guy does AC work. He has 24 hours a day. So if you get sweating at night and you can't take it, especially with the heat, September is always the hottest month of the year for us in Florida. If you can't take it, give him a call. We are going to be coming up on some cold weather here, so make sure you get your stuff.
Don't say that.
Your heat checked out. I know I hate cold weather, but he does maintenance. Before it breaks down, call him up. His maintenance is not that much. He does free estimates. He's located out of Interlaken, but he does all over the place. He's at 386-684-2169. But just call Bruce up over at Tom's AC and have the guy come out. He is a volunteer firefighter as well, but more importantly, he's a local business, so we need to support our local businesses. Speaking of the firefighters, we have Quench the Thirst. This is a thing that Tammy and I put together some years ago. Station 6 just got 150 cases delivered to them from Miss Joyce. No, Joanne.
Miss Joanne.
Miss Joanne out
Thank
of
you, Miss
Hitchcock's in East Palatka. You know, guys, this is very important. Put that picture back up here, Chris, real quick for me, please. Thank you. You know, our volunteer fighters and first responders and stuff, they don't get paid squat. $4 to $8 a call. When you have to buy a bottle of water out of your pocket, I know yesterday I paid $2.19 for a bottle of water that was called Brain Water or Smart Water. Okay, and I'm not dogging them, but it's not smart when I'm paying $2 and something for a bottle of water. They should do the dumbass water because that's the one I bought for 89 cents or a dollar or something. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but if you're out on a fire for 4 or 5 or 6 hours or on a wreck, you're going to drink 4 or 5 bottles of water.
Oh, at least.
At $1 a bottle, that's what it costs them. That's what they're getting paid. Is $4. That doesn't include their gas, the gloves that they get blood all over, or anything else. The wear and tear on their boots, the new helmet they have to buy. But these guys get hungry out there too. There's little packages of crackers and stuff. Pick those up. I mean, I just got a box of them up at Walmart the other day, and it was like $2 and something. A case of water, I think I paid $3.25 for it for 36 bottles. Pick up a bottle. Pick up a case. Pick up some snacks. Slim Jims, man. These guys love Slim Jims. But they also need electrolytes and stuff, so pick them up Powerades. You know, it wouldn't hurt to get them a roll of toilet paper, too, or those handy wipe things.
Yeah.
To help these guys out when they're out there. But support these local firefighters, because one thing's for sure. One day you're going to need them. Even if you get old cranky like my old ass is, one day I know they're going to be showing up at my door, pulling me out of the house, saving my butt, hopefully. I hope they bring a woman, because I don't want some of these guys. I love them to death, but I do not want these big husky men putting their lips on mine, giving me CPR.
That's no fun.
No. They do have some pretty women, though.
They do.
They
They
work
have some
there.
wonderful people.
And these, from what these women say, these guys are really good looking. I'm not going to judge the guys, but they are some handsome critters. Critters.
Critters. I'm
I
going to
hit
tell the
the-
boys you said
I
that.
hit the Cletus mode. Please forgive me, guys.
Nah, please forgive me, y'all.
They
Y'all
know
critters.
I am. You know what? They're not even going to care, because there's two of them, the twins, Jeff and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
These guys mess with me all the time. They're out of Satsuma Fire Department. They're identical twins, and I'll go there and I'll be talking to one thinking I'm talking to the other one, and they mess with me all the stinking time. I love those guys. They're good-looking guys, or critters. I was going to say, when they come out and get your critters out of the trees.
That's okay. It was funner with the other way.
I got this whole Bubba skit that just hit me in my brain, or a biscuit and Cletus skit. Never mind. I got to stop that while I'm ahead. I love you firefighters, man, and first responders. You guys are great. Thank you so much for your service. Even our sheriff's department stuff. Make sure you support these guys, though, and these women. These gals and women. They do put their lives on the line for you every single day. My scanner, if I flipped it on now, it would drive you guys nuts, because it's one call after another. Just on the fire departments. Somewhere in Putnam County, every few seconds that scanner is going off, where it's a heart attack, or it's slip and fall, it's a car wreck, it's a house fire, somebody ODing on drugs, you know, a kid wiping out on a bicycle. These are just ones today that have hurt. Gunshots. You know, these guys are out there, and they will walk out, like we had Casey in the show that night, and he's missed damn near every one of his daughter's birthdays, because every time he gets ready to sit down and have cake with her, or during her birthday party, that thing rings, and he's out the door. And I know his daughter understands.
That's sad, but God bless him for that dedication and that kind of love for his fellow man.
I just wonder how many people would be willing to do that. I mean, I have to rush out all the time, but
You know how many people say it, but how many people are actually going to go do it?
I'll tell you, if an accident happens and the scanner goes off, you guys have seen it. It'll go off in the middle of the show. I'm not just going to rush out there. Somebody's life doesn't depend on it, but these people are so wonderful that they know that people's lives depend on it. The least you guys can do is help us out. I get them a case of water every week. I'm going to go get them some Slim Jims again on Friday and stuff like that, and I'll be dropping them off at one of the stations. But you can do the same thing. There's no reason why you can't. Even if you're on food stamps, go get a case of water.
Instead of getting a couple 20 ounces, grab a case of water for somebody.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. Instead of going to the local convenience store and picking up one of these, do that. Before I go on to the next one, which we're only going to do a couple more, I told Miss Anita today, I stopped this afternoon because I was starving. And there's a place right at corner 17 and 19. And I told her if her food was any good that I would give her a shout out.
Oh, I bet you smelled it. I bet you followed your nose if it was good. I bet you followed your nose.
My son needed money for his senior.
Miss Anita, he smells chicken, so if it was good, he definitely smelled it and followed his nose.
I have a big old snout on me. I mean, I can smell chicken from 100 miles away. But I was standing there, and the two boys are there. They had to meet me at the bank because they get their prom this week. Which you guys be careful this weekend because there's a lot of proms going on.
The homecomings, yeah.
But the homecoming and all this stuff, my son shows up with red hair, which I about flipped out, but I didn't really bash him too much. He got a pretty little girlfriend now.
Yeah, he does. She's beautiful.
God, he's got lucky, man. The girl I was dating when I was his age was...
And he didn't like her at all to paint his hair that color today.
Oh, yeah. She said she wanted him to match, and boy, his hair went pink instantly.
And
5 years ago.
He is so finicky about his hair.
Oh, yeah. His hair is always maintained. There's not a spot out of it.
I was blown away when I saw him. Like, wow.
What do they call it? Metrosexual. He does his fingernails. He doesn't like getting dirty. I mean, he's prim and proper. But today when he walked up at the bank, she got that little finger on. You know what happens to son with a little finger? The next comes that finger. No, I love her to death. Her name is Kaylee. She is a little sweetheart, too. But this place, J&J right here. Miss Anita, I told her if her food was any good. I was sitting there at the bank, just got money out. My son drives up, and I'm like...
See, I told you followed his nose.
I look like a freaking hunting dog out there with my nose stuck up in the wind. I'm like, I smell chicken, and William's like, I think it's coming from McDonald's. I'm like, McDonald's is 3 miles away from here. I think it's coming from KFC. Nope. KFC is 3 or 4 miles from here. This is close. I can tell it.
I bet you rolled the window down and followed your nose till you found that smell.
Yeah, I'm like Toucan Sam.
You are.
Anyways, my nose got the whiff. Right around the building, and I see this place. It's called J&J. And they're right there at the corners, 17 and 19. And Miss Anita, I guess she owns the place, and I went through the drive-through there, and their speaker was broke down. I had to call in with my cell phone. But she's like, pull up to the window. I said, well, if your food's any good, I'll give you a shout-out tonight. And I'll tell you what, I had the catfish and chicken fingers there and a sweet iced tea. And I'll tell you what, that catfish is some of the best catfish I've ever eaten. Now, I didn't have that black crap that's usually on the backside of catfish that gives it that real pungent odor. This was fried catfish. And my cardiologist is listening. You told me I could have this once a month, so I picked tonight to have it. The catfish was so damn good. Was he aiming that
finger up, or was he pointing it down at you, like shaking it?
I don't remember. He's threatened to give me a colonoscopy if I didn't straighten out. But that catfish was so good, it made my tongue slap the backside of my brain. And the chicken fingers were excellent. The fries, I mean, and it was a huge serving. I mean, it took up one of those big whole plastic things.
Oh, wow.
It was so much I couldn't eat it all.
Did you get a picture for us?
No, I didn't.
Sounds like you're taking me to lunch tomorrow, right?
I'm going to go by there tomorrow and eat, too.
Well, I just figured I'd invite myself if you're paying, so.
I'll tell you what. I'll take you guys over there tomorrow. Chris, you want to run over there with us?
Sure.
We'll run over there. And
I like free food.
Free food? I'm paying for it.
That's why I said it's free.
Free. Anyways, you guys check her out. It's Miss Anita over at J&J Seafood and Chicken. I'm a chicken eater and a seafood eater. Okay, O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I don't have any of the stuff from them. So, they got great deals. They guarantee to beat everybody's prices. Locally advertised. They do not guarantee internet stuff. They are not going to do it. So there's a bunch of people out there that just sell stuff for cheap, and there's a lot of crap. But go see JR over there, or Brian, or Tracy. That is also Tiny Green. Carl's daughter works there. Maybe I'll get Tiny on here one night to talk about auto racing. This guy is phenomenal. He's been broadcasting races at the local tracks and stuff all over Putnam County, Volusia County, Lake County,
Oh, wow.
and stuff for years and
That'd
years
be
and
fun.
years. I wish he would get together with Mr. Jimmy and get that speedway open back up because I like me some good racing. We're flying flags in the studio. One of these days, we're going to get all these other fancy monitors so they can just type back and forth. Right now, it's airplanes and other stuff. Okay, we got Bob on the air.
Hey, is he on?
No, he has to call. That's why I was asking.
Oh,
I asked him to.
Bob, I know you're listening. Call in the studio.
I texted him.
Marie sent you the message. Call in. I want to find out about this golf cart.
Do you want to play the video real quick?
Yeah, let's put up his.
While we're trying to get him, I'll
Let's put
call
up
him
his
since he
thing.
didn't come
Cletus,
in.
Cletus was over there the other day, and he shot a video. I think Cletus is trying to move in on his territory.
I can get the
And-
nice one.
Cletus was over there, and Cletus was talking about he can do a better paint job than Bob. I don't think so. But Cletus was over there invading East Side Collision and Towing, and Bob caught him over there trying to paint his brother Biscuit's camper. I think he even got some more painted on it. I don't know. I'm going to go over there this weekend
No,
and
he
find
didn't go
out,
over
though.
there and mess with him again.
Anyways, Cletus, I like them bib overalls he has. They're like Daisy Duke bib overalls. I'm sure he was in some pain wearing those. But anyways, go ahead and roll that footage.
Nope, that's wrong.
Hi, I'm Cletus, down here at Cletus Paint and Body Work. You want a good affordable paint job? I'm painting my brother Biscuit's camper here. You want a good affordable paint job? You come down and see me. $29.99, and I will paint this thing and make it look pretty. Plus the six-pack. Oh, God.
Wait, what are you doing here? Don't be doing that junk here, painting that junk. Hi, I'm Bob from Eastside Collision and Towing. If you want a good affordable paint job, come down and see me. 286 Highway 17 South, East Palaca. Like for instance, take this Mustang. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna change out the windshield on this thing, change this old ratty top, put a brand new top on it, and do all the paint and body work in the next couple of weeks here. If you want to see something, the progress on it, stay tuned for upcoming Cletus, get out of here. Come on, get out of here.
$29. I can
Get out
paint
of
this
here.
man's car.
No, get out of here.
No,
Take that
hell
junk
no.
over
I
there
can
with
paint
you.
it.
Don't be putting that junk on my lot. Come on.
You messing me up.
Come on.
Where is Bob?
I don't know. I think he must have gone out for some Hot Pockets because he's not answering and the mailbox is full.
Hot Pockets, give him my phone. I'm gonna put his butt right here on the phone. If you guys don't, I tell you, I want you to call in. And you don't call in, guess who's gonna call you? By the way, I'm gonna be doing some prank phone calls here pretty soon. You know what? I have his girlfriend Libby's number. Do we have Libby's number?
I don't with me, but it's probably on your phone. I think she called the other day, didn't she?
I don't know. Let's see if we. Hot Pocket Bob, answer your phone. Mama B, if you're listening, call your son up and tell him to answer the phone.
Leave your message for
Hold on, it says the mailbox is full.
70003. Sorry, mailbox is full. To send an SMS notification,
Oh,
press
no, you
5.
didn't. Okay. I'm going to start giving out Bob's home address here. If we're not answering. Libby, get your boyfriend. Libby's a wonderful gal. Get your boyfriend, kick his butt to the curb, and tell him to get his butt on the phone and call me right now. That or I'm going to show up with the camera crew tomorrow afternoon, and I'm going to moon him right in front of everybody. All right.
All right, so what do we got in news tonight?
Yeah, let's go. I'm going to go back to this Obama thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and harp on Obama all night because I've got some other news that I want to cover. There was so much stuff with Obama saying and shooting off at the mouth this week that I want to set the record straight. Trump was on his case about his birth certificate, and then he gave up. So was Sheriff Joe. Okay. But Sheriff Joe and Trump, they backed off of it. So did a bunch of other people. Now, the thing is, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff here in a minute that just does not match up with what Obama said and what is fact, and that's what I base my stuff on, is what is fact and what isn't fact. Now, let's put up his birth certificate. I want to go back to that, and I know that was a horse that was beat half to death when they come up. Let's put up his Kenya birth certificate.
Give me 1 second. I'm not sure which dial it is. You have to give me 1 second.
Okay, we'll just put this one up.
Oops, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, sweet. I think you've learned how to do this stuff.
Okay, so Chris changed the buttons. Give me 1 second, y'all. He had to run out of the room.
Okay, anyways, if you take his birth certificates and you put his...
There it is. I got it. I got which one it was.
Okay. I want you guys to look at his birth certificate here. Now, this birth certificate says Barack Hussein Obama. And if you look at the address, and if you look at the hospitals, Kaplan Hospital, if you look at the address, it's listed as 6085 6085 Kanaloa Highway. Good God, they've got some long names. Anyways, they've got the address listed as that. When you pull up the address for that time period, it was a house. It was not a hospital. It was a freaking house. Okay? So that's one discrepancy on it. On the birth certificate, it also shows as his father being called African. Okay, at that point in time, there was no, they did not call him African. Hang on before. Okay. Chris will be back in here in just a second. He's working on a couple of problems we have going on right this second. When you look at it was Kaplan Maternity and Gynecological Hospital in Honolulu. Now, his birth certificate, when you look at that and you look at the next hospital, can we pull that one up?
Which one were you looking for?
I'm looking at the next one with the twins.
Oh, okay. So this case, so people understand what you were looking for. There was a set of twins born the very next day at the exact same hospital, and there's a comparison. I've got a full version of birth certificates too. I've done a lot of research on this to make sure of this. This one, I believe, is the sister. There was Gretchen and Susan. And when you're looking at this, you will see that on the birth certificate, it's the same hospital. Now, remember, they were born the very next day. Look at the address in the hospital. It is a completely separate address. Everybody was so caught up on the name of the hospital that, yes, it did exist, but the name was changed exactly one day after Barack Obama was born, which was convenient in the listings. But if you pull that picture up, you're going to notice that if he scrolls in, that you'll see the address on the top one and the address on the bottom is different. But
yeah, well,
we'll look up at the,
here's
you can
the twins.
see.
Here's
yeah.
one of the twins. This
yeah,
is
we
Gretchen's.
actually have both Gretchen's. If you look at the date and then you look at the actual the address of the hospital, you'll have to scroll over. They can't see the address.
Yeah,
scroll
go to
back
the top
in.
one. Zoom back in on that one, Chris, on the top part of it, top portion.
Okay, right there you can see 2013. It's Kakula Drive for the hospital, and then if you scroll down to Obama's, you will see that it's the 6805.
And you look at this one, and the papers don't even match up.
No, the paperwork's different. Well, he supposedly did an electronic one. There was absolutely,
Well, the guy that said he
yeah, this
swore.
one's saying 6085. It's a complete separate address. Now, if you go, we have a picture of what 6085 of that Colonial Highway is. Do you want to show that real quick before we go further?
Let's put that one back up there. I want to show you guys something else.
Because you have Susan and Gretchen.
Yeah, I know. Put that one back up there and on the green one there, Chris. Also,
Why don't I get the one that you had? That was just that one.
Yeah, we have some that's just
Yeah,
that one.
That one right there.
We had them as each separate, and then we have all the information together for people to be able to see the facts. They can go back and blow up
Okay.
their screens later.
Now, if you look at the stamps on the two of them, you're going to see that they were stamped completely different. In a minute, we're going to show you some things that are certified from people that were there and stuff. But if you look on here, it says he was born August 1st, 1961.
4th.
I'm sorry, August 4th, 1961. It says the father's birthplace is Kenya, Africa. Well, here's the problem.
Kenya, East Africa, yes.
Here's the problem with that. Is during that time period, people didn't call it Kenya. It was called the British South Parliament. So anything that would have been listed on there would have been listed as a British South Parliament territory or British territory. It would not have said Kenya, Africa. Nor would his father's name or his race had been listed as African. They were not called African until what, 70s?
I don't know, but I actually have
60s.
I had went and did so people could believe this. We actually got a card. If you look, I had to use the race card, and it's not being racist, but that was because it was a card showing what the name of the races were at that time in 1961 in Hawaii. If you look at this, you will see Caucasian, which the mother's Caucasian on there. You will see, Japanese, Filipino, you will see all that, but not in one of those will you actually see the word African. That they were actually, forgive my French for everybody, I'm not cursing, I'm not trying to be racist. They were actually called Negroes at that time. They were not called,
Well, here's the other thing too.
Yeah, there is no other. He should have been listed as an other or not specified, or he should not have been listed as African because there was no reference of African as a race at that time.
No,
and this is Hawaii. If you blow that up, you'll see it's Hawaii's race.
Yeah, I know. But if you look at Kenya colony, and this is one thing that troubled me, I'm into history big time. So, the British Empire was established. That they established the East Africa, and it was from 1895 until 1920. And it was known as the Kenya colony. So it wouldn't have been called Kenya Africa. It would have been called Kenya colony.
It was not actually considered East Africa, which is what is on the birth certificate.
Right. And then in 1964, it was formally named Kenya. So it wouldn't have been called Kenya before that. It would have been called either the British South Parliament or the Kenya colony. But it would not have been called Kenya Africa.
Yeah, at that time.
That's like you're writing Americanese.
And we actually have what his listing as is his father, if you want to look at what they actually considered his father's birth record as. There's a picture of his father. It's the one that's, scroll up, I'll tell you which one. Right there? Yes. If you will look, it says again, Kenya at the top, and you will see, you'll have to blow it up a little bit, Chris. Right there, the actual place of his birth. Koglelo, Kenya. So why was it called Kenya, East Africa, if he was born in this long district, Rachno, Nyanyamo, Kogelo, Kenya? So, all the facts are not adding up in here.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, I'm about facts. I am not for or against anybody. I am for facts. So.
Yep, and I could care less what, if he was born in Chile.
And the independent Republic of Kenya wasn't even formed until 1964. So, where did we put on a birth certificate something that wasn't even his father's birth?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But people don't look at facts. They're just like, no, he's black. We have to support him because he's black. You know what? I don't have to support anybody because of their color, their race, or whatever. I support them on what their politics are.
Well, look at it this way. You know what?
Or
Y'all
what
need
their
to check your
political
facts.
views
Just
are.
because it comes out of a person's mouth, humans make mistakes. I went to a church one day, and a man says, you know what? Nowhere, the pastor actually said, nowhere in the Bible you're going to say God is love. But we know that. And I go, whoa, wait a minute. So I went and looked and researched myself and found him at least 2 passages and showed it to him. He says, I'm human, I make mistakes. That's why it's up to you to research it so that you know the Bible for yourself. I can read you things all day long. But unless you read it for yourself, you're not going to know the facts, and you're going to get things wrong. And it's the same thing in life with politics.
On Obama's
Everybody
college,
can run their mouth, yeah.
on Obama's college thing, he listed it as he was born in Kenya. There's so much that says he was from Kenya, but that doesn't even matter there. Let's just move on to a little more stuff. It's the things that add up over and over and over and over again as to what makes you credible and what makes you not credible, whether you're a liar or whatever. If the person says the N-word one time, it doesn't make them a racist. If they say it a few different times, you know, if they curse one or two times, it doesn't make them a heathen. You know, if they accidentally pick up something, it doesn't make them a thief.
Makes them human.
If they keep stealing over and over and over again,
Then they're a thief.
it makes them a thief. If they keep lying over and over and over again, it makes them a liar. You know, I can't say that about people that cheat on their spouses. You know, you go and screw one, you're still a cheater.
Yeah.
But there's very few things that, you know, there's just so much that doesn't add up.
You need to check your facts.
You know what, the thing that cracks me up, and I know we all make mistakes. Hell, I make them all the time. I make them every night. But if you're the president of the United States, now this wasn't just one time, but Obama has referred to the United States as having, sometimes it was 48 states, sometimes it was 57. But this is kind of comical.
Yeah, you think they'd have fixed them the first time. Yeah, that's
especially when you're reading off a teleprompter.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, but yeah, several times. I think I'd fire the teleprompter person.
Because, you know, it is just wonderful to be back in Oregon, and over the last 15 months we've traveled to every corner of the United States. I've now been in 57 states. I think one left to go. One left to go. Alaska and Hawaii I was not allowed to go to, even though I really wanted to visit, but my staff would not justify it.
So that would be 58, 59, plus the one he didn't get to go would be 60. Better do your research.
Yeah, we got to send him a map. So.
Do what?
You can see how that happens. Drill in your head 50 states, when you want to say 47 states. Your brain's immediately going to start with 50.
Yeah, but, you know, you only do that so many times. I mean, goodness gracious. I could give it to you one or two, but he does it several times.
But not when I'm reading off a teleprompter.
Yeah, the teleprompter person needs to be
He looked
fired.
up from his thing, and his teleprompter is right there.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
but still, okay. Obviously, he knows he's a constitutionalist guy. He knows that there's not 57. That just proves that he makes mistakes.
Yep.
Okay.
He's human.
Like I say, I make them all the time. I make them when they're advertising. I'm about to make another one here if Bob doesn't call me in. I want to know about this stinking golf cart. Hot Pocket Bob. Oh, I'm wrapped up again.
That's okay. We get you.
There you go.
I'm choking myself on my cord.
So.
Unfortunately, I can't go
Put
with.
it through the hole in the back of your chair.
I can't go with wireless. I know I didn't have enough time. I came in straight from, I think, picking you up.
Gotta get that
rushing.
car fixed. That's
We-
what the one that's in that film with Cletus is doing, right? You guys got to keep Cletus away from it.
You know what?
Man, Chris, I'd keep Cletus far
My
away from your
phone.
car.
Well, you guys are doing that.
So,
You know what we should do is we need to call Lee up.
so
too.
what's next on this? When we were talking about with Obama, Travis,
Okay.
we just discussed the fact that he made mistakes.
Wait, I don't have Lee. I'm not going to call her up right this second. You know what?
He's trying to go.
Forget Bob. Forget Bob. Let's call Lee up.
Are we breaking to commercials?
Yeah, let's do some commercials. While we're doing the commercials, then I'm going to get a hold of Lee on the line. Some guy came in today and told her that he said, "Oh, it won't be long until
If you
I
give
have
me
the
a
rest
minute
of your
before you
phone
call,
number."
or I can call it so it goes right into the studio phone so everybody can hear it.
No, I don't want her to know I'm calling. They'll
No,
be-
she's not going to know. Here, hand me your phone 1 minute. Go do a commercial real quick before you call her.
There you go. Get her on the phone.
I will.
She's not going to see the studio number, is
No,
she?
she's not.
Okay, just make it so she's seeing my number. Cars, Community Auto Repair Specialist. Open Monday, Thursday, Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Closed on Saturdays and Sundays, and my headphones are not working, but I guess I'm still live. Okay, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Closed on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you, Chris. They have 3 locations, 3520 Krill Avenue, 1608 Idlewild Avenue. That one is in Green Cove Springs and Advanced Auto Care in Gainesville, Florida. But these guys do alignments. Miss Beverly, is that her name, Miss Beverly?
Yes, Miss Beverly.
The one that won the contest, she said they did an outstanding job on her car. They got it fixed really quick. They did her front end alignment. They did an oil change on her, flipped her tires around, did all that stuff. She said that car drives like it is brand new now. You guys need something done. Take it over there. The price on their tires, they do not make any money off their tires. You get the tires for the same price they get them for. The only thing they charge you for is for the mount and balance, which is basically those little lead weights that they smack around on there. Animal Health Center, Dr. Nagy and Dr. Smith. You guys, my dog today, happy birthday, Cracker. She just turned 13, and she's an old dog. But because of these guys, she has had a good quality of life. Doesn't act like she's 13. She acts like she's a freaking puppy. But she's getting up there in age. Her teeth and stuff, I've kept them in good shape. She still has all of her teeth. But they do dental x-rays. They do spaying and neutering, which she just got, I don't know, what did she get, spayed or neutered? I always get spayed.
Just remember N and N.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know. I get confused on those. But they do dental cleaning. They do boarding, small, animal orthopedics. But they have low-cost vaccines, too. You guys need to get your animals vaccinated. There has been an outbreak of rabies. It happens every few years all over the state. You don't want your dog to get that. So make sure you have this stuff done. But they open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. And on Saturday from 8 to noon. They are closed on Sundays. You guys, your pets should be a part of your home. The one thing that is really pissing me off to no end, every time there's a freaking storm up in South Carolina, I was watching some of the different news stations, and they're showing they're rescuing dogs. One dog was tied to a freaking front porch and swimming for his dear life.
Oh, my God. If you're going to leave him behind, which you don't ever want to catch me doing that, but tell you what, if you got to leave him behind, don't you dare tie him up. At least put something around them or on them so you can mark them and find them later.
They should have made that person stay there.
Take some paint and write your phone number on the side of them or something, but do not ever leave your animal behind, and don't you ever let me catch you tying it up.
I don't. When the hurricanes happened this past, last year, when they came through, was it Harvey? I forgot which one came through.
Irma.
Every time a hurricane comes
Harvey,
through,
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
And I have to leave, I take the dogs. I have to catch the cats.
Oh yeah, Irma, we had to leave.
And I took them all the way up out of the state of Florida up to Louisiana with me. The horses, unfortunately, I couldn't take. But what I did, because the horses are going to be safer, they can get away, I slept the gates open, but I wrote the number and stuff down on the halters. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wasn't going to trap them in a barn where they were going to get smashed. They're better off if they can go in the barn. If they think it's unsafe, horses are smart. They're going to come out. But for people to tie their freaking dogs up to a front porch, knowing that the floodwaters are going to come up, knowing that stuff can fly around and hit them, don't leave your animals behind. Unless you have horses or cows or a farm or something. It's understandable. You can't load up, 50 animals and take them with you.
But you can prepare
But
for
you don't have to tie them to stuff so they'll
possible.
drown.
Correct.
They're supposed to be a part of your family. Unless you're going to eat, Elsie. And that's another thing I was showing.
Yeah, but still you want to protect your investments.
Horse meat is coming back. People are starting to eat horse meat in the United States again. I don't see that happening. I'm not going to bash people for doing it, but I'm not going to go out and eat one of my horses. Hell no. I just can't. I did it. I ate a horse burger one time down in Cuba and about barfed my guts up. Okay, who else do we have?
Well, if we're going to call Lee, I've got it ready to go. You're running out of battery on your phone.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, now, the way this is going to work is you're going to hear her talking on the phone, so she's not going to know anything about being on air.
Okay.
So.
I can't hear
it. You're not going to. Give it 1 minute.
I barely hear it.
Hold on. You got to wait a second. I got to merge the call once she picks up. You can't do it till she picks up.
You have reached the voicemail box of...
Oh, here you go.
No, call her again.
763
No, don't. I can't. I don't want them knowing her number yet.
They only got the ones that she's already got, 9045.
Okay.
They only got the number she already has.
Try calling her one more time.
Okay, you got to give me 1 second because I have to do it 2 different ways. So.
Should I do a Mexican restaurant or a Chinese restaurant? I'll do the Chinese.
Okay, so hold on a minute. Give me 1 minute to call in. Okay. Let me add her. Like I said, I can't add the call until the phone quits ringing.
It's all right. Just keep dialing it until we get her on here.
Well,
Let's go to the next commercial. I'll do the next commercial real quiet. Oh, and you just keep trying her over and over and over again. Wait, what time is it? She might. No, she's off of work right now. Hello? Hello? Is this Lee?
Hello.
This is Mr. Wong from Chinese restaurant. Why you not call me? I got your dinner sat here.
I don't call you because your cat sucks. Your cat is terrible.
I got refried cat here. You would need to come get your food.
No, your cat is terrible with your fried rice.
You're live and on the air, girl.
I hate you.
With Mr. Wong.
I can't stand you.
Wait, let's put her picture up. There you go, Lee. Now everybody can see how pretty you are. How are you doing? You won't come into the show? We call you live.
Listen, what do you call a Chinese kid born before the due date?
I don't know. One hung low?
Suddenly.
You're a mess.
Hot mess.
Okay, when are you coming into the studio?
I shall be arriving whenever I feel like it.
Whenever
with an axe and a chainsaw, and I will be packing.
Why? We love you here at IITW Radio.
I feel like you don't if you're going to give out my phone number.
We have been. Bounce her head up and down like that again. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. That is so funny. Move it side to side. I swing high, I swing low.
Please stop it. No. Stop it right there.
All right. All right. Well, when are you coming in to the show?
When I am not buzzed, you should not be calling Lily
I got people
at home after she has some rum.
Are you at home now or are you still at work?
I finally made it at home. That's why I'm buzzed, because I had to deal with the public today, and the public is so wonderful. I love them all so much until I get home.
Then why do you abuse me when I come in there?
Bottle.
You tell me, sit down in that chair over there. I need to talk to you. Next thing I know, a woman's walking out with a needle sticking me.
Yes, sir. That's how we do our flu shots here. You know, we want to make sure that nobody gets sick for flu season. If they get sick, they don't get ultra sick.
Oh, you stick me with needles because you love me.
In your arm, as long as, you know, drugs are bad, okay? So if you're going to have a needle in your arm, make sure it's a flu shot or a pneumonia shot or a shingle shot, because those suck.
Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to get a shingle shot too, huh?
Yeah, but we're kind of out of them at the moment, so you're screwed. Just stay away from shingles, people.
Hey, are we in flu season right now, by the way?
We are totally in flu season, and all insurances pretty much pay for your flu shot. So to not get a flu shot is asinine. I don't get it.
Is that okay to tell people where you work at so they can come and get one?
I mean, I work at CVS.
Okay.
And we provide amazing customer service, and we are sober at work.
Oh, I know. You do some kick-ass stuff. Hey, let me ask you this. Before, years ago, I used to get sick on these flu shots. You were telling me now that there's no live culture in them. Is that right?
No, there's not a live culture in them. Those are so old school. Now you are just getting a, why'd you have to call me Buzz telling you this? You are getting a, what is the name for it? It's not artificial, but it's basically the strains of the flu, but it's not a live flu virus. So you no longer get sick directly after having a flu shot. And if you do, imagine how sicker you would be if you had not had the flu shot.
Okay,
so people waiting for the last minute to get their flu shot, just know that Putnam County's hospital emergency room was flooded with flu victims because they did not get their flu shot. And you do not have to go to a doctor's office. You do not have to pay a copay. You can come in and out of CVS within 15 minutes, pay $0, get a smile and a shot and a Band-Aid, and a 25% off anything coupon anytime you want off your insurance for free.
Okay, now if they don't have insurance, how much does it cost? I mean, is it like $100 or $200 or how much?
No, I mean, I'm not there right now, but I think it runs you roughly $30.
Okay, well, hell, that's cheap enough. It's going to cost you more than that, and cold medicine.
Hospital bills, and yeah, right.
Yeah, one doctor's visit, even with the insurance, is, I know, $25-$30 for the copay.
Yeah, and our
just,
medical's just getting better daily, so you definitely, want to spend all that time in the doctor's offices out here.
Now, Leah's brutal, guys. If you're a big burly man and you go in there and you get a flu shot, she's going to stick a cute little smiley face Band-Aid on your arm to walk around with. But actually, you know what I noticed this last time? Oh, what's her name that gave it to me? The little sweetheart up there, the little the black lady.
Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasmine.
Jasmine. Oh my God, I love Jasmine. It didn't even hurt.
I love Jasmine.
It didn't hurt until you punched me in the arm. But
well, you deserve to be punched in the arm.
All right. Well, when you coming in the
studio? You deserve to be punched in the face. And if I ever come out in my car and see some effing Alabama stickers on my car, I swear to you, you better go ahead and eat you a big fat steak because you're dead afterwards.
Wait, no. We had a deal last year for you people that are listening. Alabama played the Gators. Lee and her husband Ben came over to my house, and we watched.
I don't have a husband, Ben.
He's your boyfriend for how many years?
10 years strong.
You're married. You are freaking married. You just haven't had a ceremony yet, and you will be marrying Ben. Ben is a good guy. You will never find better than Ben.
Well, I mean, thank you for your high encouragement of words. I mean, I guess that's great because Ben is super amazing. But to tell a woman that she'll never find better, thanks.
This man, wait.
I'm so glad you're from Alabama.
This man sends you flowers. He isn't one of those guys that just buys you flowers in the very beginning.
Flowers was Travis.
He buys you chocolates. He buys you everything you want.
He does not buy me chocolates because guess what? My man knows I don't eat chocolate.
Okay, so he knows stuff about you.
He does know everything about me.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to get her drunk, and then she's going to wake up married in Vegas.
How are you going to get me drunk? I'm already drunk, and I'm not waking up married.
All right, Chainsaw Betty. Hey, have you seen Crack Horse Sally lately?
I have not. My alter ego has been missing for a minute. I'm sure I'll find her.
Okay. Well, all right. We're going to call somebody else up and hassle them. Hey, why don't you come on Friday night? And what time are you off Friday night?
Well, I mean, if I'm live, I really don't want to tell all those stalkers what time I get off Friday night. What time would you like me to come over?
Okay, come over and then, I mean, are you off earlier in the day? In time enough that we can call up and prank some of those people at CVS, some of your friends?
No, probably around the average working person's day, about, 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's going to be probably about 5:30 somewhere for me.
Okay. Good. We'll call up Jasmine or one of them up there and mess with them. We'll call your boss up. I'll ask them if they have any rectal hamster removal cream.
Of course. They love when you call and harass us, especially during flu season, because we're not already so busy.
All right, girl. I will talk to you later. I love you. A grape shot, by the way, there, anyways. Looks like you had already been drinking.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
All right, put her picture up there. All right, there's Lee, guys. Oh, by the way, we'll be giving up another one of your numbers Friday night if you don't show up.
Yeah, well, if anybody knows what's good for them, they won't call.
All right, well, go finish your drink off.
My gun's pretty loaded and my man's pretty big, so you don't want to take that chance.
What now?
My gun is loaded and my man is pretty big, so you really don't want to take that chance.
I'm not worried about your man. If I was gay, you would lose him.
Travis, you are gay.
Not yet. All right, girl. I'll talk to you later. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow when I stick that sticker on your car.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye.
No, I'll fucking kill you.
Bye. Oh, she threw out the F-bomb on me on that. Holy crap. I can't wait to get her in the studio.
I think that was a legitimate warning there with that last bomb.
Well, tomorrow, she doesn't know it, but I've got a sticker. I'm going to go by there and put it on her brand new car. Okay, I know I have to do another commercial here. We only got 15 minutes left. I get to cut up tonight. I'm sick and tired about talking about Obama. Hair by Barbie. Miss Barbie does great work. As Cletus says, she can pinstripe the air or highlight it, as the women say. But she does Brazilian blowouts. She does all kinds of stuff. You know, I sit there and talk about women getting their hair cut all the time, getting it styled, getting it colored and stuff. But guys, there are only a few barbershops in this county, and where people can, people actually know how to do a man's haircut. Barbie is one that knows how to cut a man's haircut. I went into one time, and I think you were there, Marie, when I went in there, and I think we're all going to get our hair cut one day, and this lady made me look like one of those foo-foo ducks.
Oh my God, I wish I had the video camera. That was the best. Like, I wanted to say something because I was in tears. I was laughing so hard because I felt bad and I was laughing at the same time. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, we got to get Barbie. And then Barbie walked in the door and I was like, Barbie, you got to fix this. She's like, okay, let me take care of it. And then we find out the woman had never cut a man's hair, but she was afraid to say anything.
It wasn't even at the same place. I had to get Barbie to straighten it out. Barbie says
this is before Barbie had moved, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to go get Barbie to straighten it out because I'm not kidding you. My hair's trimmed short, and on the back I had a foo-foo ball.
It's funny.
It was horrible. I looked like one of those foo-foo ducks.
Yeah, you did. It was a foo-foo duck.
But she has a couple of locations. She works out of 916 St. John's Avenue, and that is right near the courthouse. It's right across from, what's the sandwich shop, Chris?
It's a pizza place.
It's a pizza place. I'm not going to say their name because they don't pay for advertisement. But it's right there at 916 St. John's Avenue. If you know where that's at, go on the back side of the courthouse. That's on St. John's Avenue. Go down like you're going toward the railroad tracks. You'll see her on the right-hand side. Salon Lofts over at 440 CBL Drive. That is in St. Augustine. That is right across from the Home Depot in the south end of the county. That'd be the middle of St. Augustine. But she is by appointment only, 904-501-9542. Do not show up at those locations and expect to get your hair cut. It's not going to happen. She has people sitting there waiting on her. Actually, you don't see anybody sitting there waiting. As soon as she's done with yours or somebody else
she moves right on.
walking through the door. She's very timely. You don't have to sit there and wait for an hour or two. She knows exactly what she's doing. Bird Sales. Mr. Bird is a great guy. Rick Cycle said Cletus for governor. I'll get into Rick here in a second. Mr. Bird does rent to own. If you guys need a gazebo for a wedding or something, or you want to put a gazebo up out at your house, he has storage sheds. He has greenhouses, all kinds of stuff. I've even turned one of the buildings that I got from him. It's a large building. I turned it into a studio. It was a lot cheaper than me spending $100,000 for a building. And Mr. Bird he doesn't finish them off. They're raw. They've got, there's basically sheds or buildings. They deliver them. They set them up. He's open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Sunday he is closed. He's a Christian man, him and his family, him and his boys go out and set stuff up. He's not doing it to make a fortune. If you don't have credit now, if you do have credit, they have a finance company that'll work with you. If you don't have credit, then Mr. Bird, go in there. He will not humiliate you. He's a nice as all man. He will go in there. He will set you down. He'll make it very painless, not painful, but painless for you. You give him some money down. He'll write the note on it. It's only, I think you probably get anywhere from 60 to 100 something a month. And a lot of times it's cheaper than going and getting a storage place. Plus, when you get your stuff sitting outside your house, you can go right there. Turn one into a kid's cabin or a playhouse for them. Don't lock them in there, though, unless you're going to slap an air conditioning on it. Okay, what else we got?
One more thing, and that's it. Hold on, there it is.
Amanda over at Palaca Cinema. I've got to get in there and do a new video of her tomorrow.
All right.
Here we go. Roll, Amanda. Take it
Hey
away.
gang, I'm here with Amanda down at Black Cinema. Amanda, what kind of deals you guys got going on?
Right now we have our 250 Tuesday. 250 Concession Tuesday is a deal we offer on concession items. Tickets will never be 250, but still come on down, help us support 250 Tuesday. And as always, I want to thank the people of Palatka and Putnam County for #Keep It Local. We really do appreciate your support, and we wouldn't be here without it. And you know we always love the kids. Everything we do is for the kids. So bring them on down, help us out, and as always, #Keep It Local.
All right, thank you, Amanda. You're the best.
Rick Cycles. I love Rick. Rick is he's a motorcycle guy. He's a motorhead. I don't know if it's this.
I don't know. I thought he did bicycles.
Rick?
Yeah.
He's
I
not a
don't know.
bicyclist. He's going to come row you over. He'll have all his Harley buddies in there.
No, I said the only Rick cycle I know is one that does bicycles. I got a friend that's the same name. It's just
No.
bicycles. I don't know
Rick
your friend.
Works on real bikes.
I don't know your
Rick,
friend.
type in if you still have your motorcycle shop where it's at. But he's also at the Eagles Club. And I've watched this guy over the years. I know Rick, but he's not like him and I have ever hung out and done stuff. I've been to his shops and stuff. But I've watched this guy over the years, and they do a lot of stuff over at the Eagles Club. They're right in, I guess that's considered Crescent City, Pomona Park, Crescent City area there. They do a lot to help out. They've come out and helped Little League out on a lot of occasions. I've seen them write checks for $500 to help these kids and stuff out. And they do a lot of good stuff. And I know Rick is always spearheading a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, they actually have Ride for Hope coming up. It's a motorcycle ride benefiting, the Women's Resource Center. It's coming up October 6th. So
Yeah, you guys.
you can register at WHIF.org, 325-3334.
I know Rick's. He watches the show and stuff. Send us some of that stuff, Rick, and we'll get it up for you. We'll push it. I'm not going to charge you because of what you're doing. You're not charging these people, and you're helping them get things. Okay. Anyways, moving on. If you guys want to check us out, support your local businesses, support your firefighters, the sheriff's department. You guys quit bashing these guys. They're out there working their butts off to try to get stuff, and help people out, not just to be gun packing idiots. These officers and stuff in our counties, they care about the citizens. They're out there to help and support. If your dumb ass is afraid of them, it's because you're a criminal, then don't sit there and bash them because you're doing criminal crap. I've never heard a law-abiding citizen say, oh, God, the cops suck. When they call them and you need them, they're your best friends. When you don't, and one thing that Joe Wells said on the show one night, which I never really thought about it until he said it, is don't sit there and tell your kids, if you don't straighten up and clean your room, I'm going to call the cops on you. If you see a cop standing there, don't tell your kids, I'm going to have that guy arrest you. All you do is you create fear and panic in them for later on in life when they're driving down the road. They're so damn nervous that they start driving all over the place.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah.
Be upfront with them and tell them, those guys are here. They go out and they risk their lives. How much better off would it be if you went and said, our sheriff's department in Putnam County, you tell your kids, these guys go out and they risk their lives. They're going to be there at day, at night, 24 hours a day. If we call them, they're going to be out here. They're here to help us. Instead of, if you see them run and hide, they're out to kick your butt or sick a dog on you. They're going to put you in jail. Don't be telling them that. Have them go up and talk to an officer. And like with Mr. Yance out there, he's another guy you talk about, people who help out the community and stuff. Mr. Yance has his soup kitchen out in Interlochen, and he's there Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And this is not to get people to go out and get free food off of him. But if you don't have anything to eat and you're out there listening on one of your government phones right now and you're starving, he will help you out.
There's been an update on the this Interlochen Soup Kitchen. It just posted that they have already earned $3,000, but they still need an additional $4,000. They were able to order the first part of the fencing, but they still need an additional $4,000.
Okay, yeah, and they only have a short time to get this thing done.
Yeah,
but
so
Mr. Yance is a retired veteran, he took $130-something thousand, $138,000 of his Agent Orange money that he could have spent on him a new Corvette. Him and his wife could have went to Hawaii on that money and had a damn good time, and then went to the Bahamas and a few other places on that kind of money. They didn't. He took it up and moved the soup kitchen over to another piece of property, expanded it, and if you guys look at this picture, he built a beautiful facility so that not just homeless people, but people that really need food. You know, the mother that is going to school and working a job full time, and because she's paying her tuition, she can't afford it, you know, to go out and buy a ton of groceries. She's able to take her 2 kids over there and eat every day. You know, the elderly people that are 60, 80 miles away, all the way at the south end of the county, and all the way across the river to the other side of the county. They're 60 miles, 70 miles away. Mr. Yance takes food down to them 3 days a week. That's a good person.
Yeah, it is.
And then we got Bud McInnes, who's sitting there trying to get them shut down, who's running for school board. When it comes up in November, guys, my personal opinion is do not vote for Bud McInnes for school, for working at the school, the Putnam County School Board. Don't vote him in. Some of these kids go to that soup kitchen. He's trying to have it shut down. A man that will try to take food away from them and call Christians to say that if they do this, they're pieces of shit. I haven't got any use for them. You know, Mr. McInnes, I'm not even going to call you Mr. Bud McInnes, why don't you move your butt up to New York or some of these other places? Yeah, Siberia, be perfect for you. There's no soup kitchens in Siberia. Go up there and hang out with the frickin' Eskimos. There's not even Eskimos in Siberia. Go up there and hang out with the Russians. Get some collusion going on. You seem to like that crap. Get the hell out of our county. Nobody wants you here. We don't want you on the school board. I don't want you on the school board. I know a number of people that don't. If you're not going to support the kids that go there to get food, how are you going to support them when you represent them at the school? You're going to tell them, oh, no, you can't have any food in the school. You're going to shut down their free lunches. You're going to shut down the backpack program because that's free. You're going to shut down Thanksgiving. That was our first soup kitchen. Don't vote for McInnes. I got to do my shout outs. Mama B, we love you. Mama B is our #1 listener. Tammy, she had to go to the doctor today. She got some issues going on. I know your stuff worked out all right today. I know she was shopping at Walmart when I talked to her on the phone earlier. She is going to be having a talk show come up. I'm going to have her on here probably Friday night for a few minutes talking about her show. I'll have her call in or something. But I know she's having some health issues right now. Next week she has a show starting, or is it the week after? I'm not sure. I got to still talk to her about it. But it's a women's show where you ladies can get together and you can rag us men. Or you can talk about stuff like recipes or, I don't know, what menopause, hot flashes, whatever it is that goes crazy with you ladies. I don't want to know. Don't need to know. Get together, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to start a beer drinking thing for my buddies. We can go on here and talk live. We'll have the guys against the women. We'll get on and debate stuff. Anyways, check us out on Twitter, on IITWradio.com. IITW Radio. Shout out to Amanda Longworth. Okay. We got a shout out to my sister, or to my niece Rosie, to my sister Lori, to, let's see, Cameron, or the guy. Chris, say hi. You didn't say hi tonight. Where's the hand? There it is. Hello. Anyways, that's the pecker hand, I guess. He's doing this crap.
I'll give you a kiss.
Anyways, you guys can check us out on IITWradio.com. You can check us out on Twitter, IITW Radio on Facebook. You can also check out our news station, which is The Putman Way. That's ThePutnamWay. Tammy does a phenomenal job with keeping that page up and going. We're keeping you guys located on news and where things are happening and what's going on. Every now and again, I will write an article. But I've got to get out of here. I don't know where I'm going to go. I got to track down Cletus. Now I got to go track down Bob because he didn't call in. I love you guys. We love you here at IITW Radio on the Putman Way. I got to go. I'm out.
Good night, y'all.
And you're listening to the music of Austin Neal closing this thing out. You guys enjoy this music. I love this song.
See the guitar in the corner, it's the one I learned to play on. Believe me or not, it's been all around the world. It's been back and forth to Georgia, Carolina a couple times, but there's that one trip that takes me back in.
And also, if you're in front of the Sonic right now on 19, supposedly there's a wreck. So you guys be careful and avoid that area.